If you grew up in a home with alcoholism, you probably learned survival skills before you even knew what they were. And I get it. Maybe you've spent the past few years really feeling like this experience only left you with struggles. You do not have to be a victim to your past, and you can turn your pain into your power. And today, I'm going to show you exactly how you can do that. You already have superpowers, strengths that you didn't even know existed inside of you. And once you learn how to tap in and use these are going to really transform your life. I'm Corey. I'm a qualified trauma-informed mind-body practitioner, and I work with adult children of alcoholics to help them move out of survival mode, rid themselves of shame, and create and live a life on their terms. And today we're talking about your superpowers. So your first superpower is going to be the high level of emotional intelligence that you have. And I bet good money that people would pay to have the high level of emotional intelligence that you have. And the reason you have this is because if you, like the majority of children of alcoholics out there, were constantly having to scan a room when your alcoholic parent was in it, constantly having to anticipate what was going to happen. You're watching body language, you're picking up on cues, you're noticing certain things people are doing. All of that has created a really, really strong skill that a lot of people struggle with, and that is emotional intelligence. You understand people more deeply than the average person. You're able to pick up on cues or pick up on a change of an atmosphere. You're able to deeply empathize with people. And that is a skill. That is a really, really strong skill. And this, I'll give you an example, really stands to me in the working world because I am able to connect and understand people on a deeper level than the average person who hasn't grown up in a chaotic environment. And they'll have to spend years honing this skill. But this is something that comes to me and you naturally. So your ability to read the room, your ability to read people's emotions, your ability to connect deeply is not a burden. It's actually a skill when it's used in the right environments. Number two, and this is a really big one for children of alcoholics, is your ability to be resilient, your ability to adapt to uncertainty. So you learned to survive in an environment that kind of looked like this. Completely chaotic, completely unable to predict when the next thing was going to happen. And this has allowed you to build a skill of being able to handle setbacks, being able to handle an uncertainty in a plan, adapt quickly, and keep moving forward no matter what. So instead of just feeling like you're surviving, use this deep level of resilience that you have to help you thrive in life. You know that you can bounce back from uncertainty. You know that you're able to adapt to different environments, to different and new things that present in your life. So use that. Use that skill to help you create a different life. Use it to step out of your comfort zone. Use it to take risks in a safe way, obviously, but you have this. Don't let that resilience go to waste. So, superpower number three, which is a bit of a double one, is independence and problem solving. As a child of an alcoholic, you most likely had to figure shit out by yourself. And as a result of this, you became self sufficient, resourceful, and you built the ability to solve problems. And this has made you highly, highly capable of achieving things in life. Now, one thing I have found with myself is that my very strong ability to solve problems, along with my very strong independence, has negatively impacted me in a way. So there is a way that, especially this superpower, you can make sure it's framed in a way that it is positive and supports your life. And it negatively impacted me because I felt like I had to go through everything alone. And that's a very normal feeling for a child of an alcoholic. But use this problem solving ability to know that you don't have to solve all your problems by yourself. They can actually be a team effort. And by using this ability to team up with other people to solve your problems means that you are actually going to get a greater outcome than feeling like you have to do everything by yourself. And you're not just independent, You're not just a great problem solver. You are super powerful because of this. But just remember, you don't have to be powerful by yourself. You can ask for help. Superpower number 4 is going to be your intuition. You have been trained unconsciously over the years to be able to really pick up on those instinctual cues more than the average person. You have a very strong gut instinct and a very deep understanding of what is going on around you. And one really important thing is trusting your intuition when it comes to your own needs. One thing I notice with a lot of my clients is that they're not trusting what their gut is saying. They're not following their intuition. And a lot of the times you'll notice our gut will tell us one thing and we'll ignore it. And we'll do the exact opposite of what our gut tells us to do. And we'll be like, fuck, should have listened to my gut. That is your intuition. That is your intuition screaming at you. And as a child of an alcoholic, you have a seriously, seriously strong one. Tap into that for your own needs. You don't need to just use that intuition for the ability of helping others. Use it for your own self and for guiding and driving your life in the direction that's right for you. Superpower number 5, and this could be reframed I talked about this the other day on Instagram, a desperation to know the why behind your behavior, or in a more positive frame, drive for growth. And this is a massive superpower because what this is going to do is it's going to make sure that you do not stay stuck. That desperation, that drive to really understand the why behind your behavior, to really understand why your life has turned out the way it has, is going to serve you in a positive way. You are willing to do the work. I know as children of alcoholics, we are not scared of a bit of hard work. And that is a massive, massive superpower in helping you create the life that you want. So this drive that you have to grow, this desperation you have to know the why behind your behavior, fuel that. Use that to keep driving your healing. Fuel that for when you fall off the path of your healthy habits, when you fall off the healing path, to drive you back onto it. So yes, the desperation to grow and the desperation to always needing to achieve something, it can be negative, okay? But there is a very fine balance between, you do need some drive. Like, you need to be driven. You need to want to change. And obviously there's a very fine line between the drive and the need for growth and becoming obsessed. And when you become obsessed, that can then turn into a little bit of an unhealthy way to manage drive. But once you're balancing, once you're being healthy, once you're having a balanced life, a drive and a need for growth is not a bad thing. And lastly, your ability to be calm in a crisis. So growing up in chaos, crisis is kind of your normal. So you learned how to stay grounded, even when everything around you was unstable. And this is a massive, massive superpower. So when you come up against a high pressure situation, instead of going into panic mode, you're the one that's usually at the forefront, leading people through the crisis. You're able to think clearly, you're able to problem solve, and you're able to take action when a lot of other people would panic and bury their head in the sand. So recognize that your ability to thrive in a crisis is not a negative thing. It can be challenged or channeled in a positive way. So use it to step up into a leadership role. Use it to help people, or use it to help you guide you through daily life when you come up against challenges. So even though being calm in a crisis once kept you safe, it can actually now make you unstoppable in life. You are not just a product of your past, and you do not have to be a victim to it. You are strong, resilient, intuitive, and powerful. And you've done a really, really good job of surviving up until now. Now it's about taking all of those skills, all of those superpowers that you have learned, that you have developed, and allowing them to help you to start living. So let me know in the comments, which one of these superpowers do you relate to the most? If this video resonated with you, please give it a thumbs up and please subscribe to my channel.